Hi everybody, welcome to Yagya VM. In today's video, we are discussing about amid India and China clashes, what is the state of war or not war in India. Today's update is India has banned 59 Chinese apps. And also, since the past 2 weeks, we have been seeing China and India aggression on the border area. Okay, this is what we can see. This is the border area. So in this, on the Galwan Valley clashes, in the Ladakh, some kind of movement are seen. So what is the state of India in it? Is it in a state of war or not? This is what we will analyze today in this video. So as you can see in this map, here I'll just give a brief about our LOC. So this particular area that has a double line, okay, this entire area, then this area, okay, and then this area starting from Tawang, okay, this line and this line, okay, this is our LOC, okay, this is our line of actual control. This yellow piece is the Aksai Chin that is already taken by China during the 1962 war. Similarly, when we see towards the northern side, this greyish area, this is the area of Kashmir that Pakistan has already annexed. Let's find out. So today's news is India has banned some 59 apps of China, among which some popular apps like TikTok, ShareIt, Clash of Kings, Me Community, Club Factory, WeChat, DU Recorder, Cam Scanner, VMate. All of these are some of the most popular apps that was being used. The reason behind India banning 59 Chinese apps is that China, through its applications, tries to steal data, private data, and tries to exploit it against the host country. So there were data privacy issues over here, which has been cited by the Indian government, because of which they have banned the 59 Chinese apps. China has given a report that it is taking the matter very seriously. Apart from that, India-China standoff became very serious since the beginning of this month. Apart from that, Pakistan is also preparing for war. From a lot of information and leaked information sources, we have come to know that Pakistan is also simultaneously preparing for war. For example, a letter was leaked over there where Pakistan is demanding to the health department that they should keep ready some 500 beds and some adequate supply of blood in the hospitals. So what does it basically mean? Is India in a state of war? Can war happen? And since China and India are already in clashes, do we call it a war or not? If not, why? Who will declare the war? So basically, declaration of war has different definitions. Different people define declaration of war differently. Some say that aggression in the border is a declaration of war. Some others say that violating the code of conduct at the border is the declaration of war. Let us see what the Constitution says about this. Basically, Constitution of India says that when the President is satisfied that a grave emergency exists whereby the security of India or of any part of the territory thereof is being threatened, whether by war or by external aggression or by armed rebellion, he may by proclamation may declare an emergency to that particular effect. Okay, so whether or not it is a war, whether we have to initiate military action on a country, all these things will be declared by the President, because President is the supreme commander of the defense forces. Okay, President is the supreme commander of our Indian defense forces. Okay, so like Security Council in the United Nations, which initiates or which gives directions for initiation of military activity against any particular country. Similarly, President, who is the first citizen of India and the supreme commander of defense forces, he has this authority to give orders for declaring war on a particular country, and this is under Article 352. If you remember, this article discusses about your national emergency. Okay, national emergency. So what will happen if war is declared? Will national emergency start or not? If national emergency starts, what will be the effect on fundamental rights? Basically, Article 352 states about national emergency. As we know, there are two kinds of emergency, external and internal. Internal emergency occurs when there is a case of armed rebellion. Okay, when there is a case of armed rebellion. Previously, it was called as the internal disturbance, but it was again renamed by the 44th Amendment Act 1978. Okay. Similarly, external emergency. So in the case of war or external aggression, we can declare external emergency. So if external emergency is proclaimed, Article 19 automatically gets suspended according to Article 358. So Article 358 says that if an external emergency is in operation, Article 19 will automatically go off and will be restored just when the emergency ends. Similarly, Article 19 also stays suspended for the entire duration of emergency, while for the other fundamental rights, they can be suspended for a part of the emergency or for the entire time, and separate legislation also has to be brought to this effect. But Article 19, however, gets automatically suspended as soon as emergency or external emergency is declared. In case of internal emergency, Article 19 need not to be suspended unless explicitly specified. So Article 19 stays suspended for the entire duration of emergency and is automatically restored after the emergency is evoked. Today's issue is that amid clashes with China, the president has not declared war. So if president declares war, it would result in emergency. Already we are in a situation of lockdown. The people have somehow held their morale, and the country, not only India, globally all the countries are in a situation of crisis. Everybody knows that after this the GDP will slow down like anything. There will be a boost that has to be required to be put in the economy. So India, finally we can say that India is not in a state of war with China, and we also wish that war should not start here. Okay, we should have some diplomatic relationship, trade relationship, by which the war can be avoided as far as possible. I hope you would have learned a lot from this video. If you like my content, subscribe to this channel, share the videos with your friends. Friends, my name is Yagyasani Patra. I teach on Unacademy Live. This is my referral code YAGYALIVE, YAGYALIVE. If you use my referral code, then you will get another 10% discount on your Unacademy Plus subscription. This is the Telegram link t.me/unacademyopsc. If you join this particular channel, you will get free study materials. Apart from that, you will get video updates about my next videos. For Civil Services 2021, Odisha Foundation course has been launched. So Nirman Foundation course, jaha ki 25th May start hai jaiche. In that, we are preparing students for Odisha Civil Services 2021. I am teaching science, tech and current affair in this particular course. So what are all my courses on Unacademy? First of all, Polity from M. Lakshmikant part 1 has been already completed. So you can watch the recordings, and my upcoming course Polity from M. Lakshmikant part 2 will just be started in June. So if you want to learn polity from me, you can join me on Unacademy. Then complete science and technology for OPSC and other government job examinations. Third, current affairs. So weekly current affairs also I am covering on Unacademy platform. This is my referral code YAGYA9, and alternatively you can also use my referral code YAGYALIVE, YAGYALIVE, for getting additional 10% discount. So apna a referral code ko bhi use kari paribe, and you can also use this referral code to get an additional 10% discount. These are my courses, so if you want to learn from me, you can join me on Unacademy Plus platform. So basically, what are the upcoming courses on Unacademy? First of all, there is a Garud course. In this Garud course for CPSC mains, that is the police services mains, grammar, that is Odia grammar, reasoning and general awareness are being taught by 3 great educators. Next up, Laksha OHC ASO course, in which for ASO aspirants, this particular course, it is a comprehensive course and it has started. The payment pattern is for 6 months it is 5,600, for 12 months it is 7,000 rupees, for 24 months it is 8,400 rupees. So as we know friends, when we prepare for this government job examination, we do not go for one government examination, we appear for many. Similarly, the preparation time is also not limited. We have to keep giving the examination. So according to me, the ideal plan is for 2 years or 1 year, in which not only one government examination like OPSC, but many government examination like OPSC, ASO, CPSC, Police SI, OMC, all kind of government examinations conducted by the government of Odisha will be given due importance, and individual courses will be launched for them. So you will get training not only for one exam but for many, okay, under this single platform of Unacademy. In this fee structure, you will get additional 10% if you use my referral code YAGYA9, YAGYA9, or if you use my referral code YAGYALIVE, YAGYALIVE, okay, to get additional 10% discount. Apart from that, there is no cost EMI option available for 6 months, 12 months and 24 months on your subscription. Finally, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day and let's crack it.